Hey guys, welcome. Hopefully you can hear me alright. You'll notice immediately we have no video this week. The webcam decided to be weird, so we decided to turn it off. Hopefully it still works alright. So, this week we're taking another look at Aven Colony. It's just me, KA, this week. John is off doing important Team 17 business. As you know, we're kind of busy right now, so there's always stuff to be done. So yeah, another look at Aven Colony, this time on PS4. We figured we would show you the console interface if you haven't seen it already. So let's just jump into it. Since we did Vanar in the past and Asara Falls last week, I figured this time we should do one of the desert maps, one of the desert biomes. So we'll jump into the campaign, we'll jump into the second mission of the game, Sandy Gulch, and see if we can't solve the food and immigration problem here. So we're playing it on a normal PS4, and this is a completely new save. I have not played on this specific PS4 before, or on this account even. I do have the Platinum Trophy on my own account at home, so I've done all of the game before on PS4, which was a pleasure, of course, to play.
Governor. This colony has...
Commander, I've got a situation here.
So let's see, what's our mission here? Let's get some power up and running. This is quite easy considering we have a geothermal vent right next to us. So notice the kind of the interface is very different here. We have a building menu that's just a circle where you simply just select the category you want to build in, which is definitely the easiest way to colonize on console. And obviously very different from keyboard and mouse. And we have some other interface over on this side where we have the colony control overlays, trade menu, and expeditions once we build the expedition center. Now let's get on to the mission. So we need some power first to get the ball rolling and build some tunnels here as well and continue the dialogue.
Jack has the sole
Welcome to anyone who might just have joined. This week we're looking at Aven Colony on PS4.
What's happening down there? Calandra, do you copy?
Let's speed this up a bit. I hope you guys can hear me alright. Let me know if the audio
Jack, are you online?
isn't ideal.
Jack, I need you to get down to the Sandy Gulch colony with a medevac unit immediately. Calandra decided to go.
Mine over here as well.
Go on an
So unfortunately, holding spacebar trick doesn't quite work on console, so tunnels aren't quite as easy, but they're still very fast to put down.
Exactly. I'm sending you the last
Welcome,
known
Picard.
location of her transponder signal.
Nice to see you.
All right, Governor. Looks like we've got a situation on our hands. Do what you can to grow the colony.
That's your new mission here. Water pump, that's probably a good idea. And water in this mission is a bit difficult, because you see all the desert area that isn't green is completely dried out, so we can't actually put... We can put condensers anywhere we want, but actual water pumps we kind of have to do in this green area over here. So let's build in that direction, where we'll also need to start growing food. Let's build that real quick. Here we are. Cool, so let's extend into this area with a construction drone. And then we'll keep building in this direction. If I can. No, I need to pick this up first. Some extra resources, never hurts. There we go. I'll keep building up to this. One thing you have to consider when you get to this level is here you start meeting or getting toxic gases. So any of these vents here that aren't occupied by a geothermal generator will potentially kill your colonists. So you either have to occupy them, build on them quickly, or you have to build wind turbines in fan mode to kind of fend off the toxic gas. Now this one is close to our base, so let's just build in this direction as well. get some more power going. We're gonna need all of it anyway. And I know from experience that we will also need some air filters, or people will not be fans of what we're doing here. Okay, let's see, we don't have any nanite production. We are now getting a bit of iron down here, but we can always use more. Can we build out here? We can't quite reach. Let's expand further so we can reach this iron mine up here as well. So far, people are fine. The commute here is probably not great. Well, nobody works here, so I guess the commute is fine. Now people work there for sure. Okay, so let's get some more colonists in our base, because right now the 28 people we have are probably quite lonely. I can place this anywhere we want. We just have to keep the commute in mind, of course. Let's see, people up here now they're complaining about the commute, so let's do something about that as well. We'll build a house here. It leaves a bit of space for a path in between. And before we start seeing lightning storms, we should probably put down a battery here. And then, we should actually build that water pump. It's been an objective for a while. Let's just put that down. And we need to find a good spot for a lot of water so we get the most out of it. Just put it right there. So as you can see, the building is quite intuitive on console as well. So those of you that maybe don't think that this type of game works on console, I can assure you it totally does. Food, that is definitely something we need. There we go. Now, what type of food? Oh, quinoa. That grows well almost everywhere.
Bori, do you copy?
Now again,
I've got the extractor and I've arrived at the location of the transponder.
well, my assurance is,
Okay,
if you don't
I think I see her.
trust my assurance, you're
See a
free to
body.
check any console reviews. I'm sure
Is
they'll
it
agree that the
Calandra?
game is
I see the exosuit,
quite
so
playable on
it's gotta
console,
be
to
her.
say the
I'm
least.
gonna get out and do a scan
Ooh, quinoa farms. That's perfect. That's what we're doing anyway.
and help load her into the extractor.
Roger that, Jack.
Nanite processor. I need to build that before I run out of nanite, which I'm very close to doing. That's a close one. If I hadn't built that now, I would have had to start over. So, clutch save. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm playing without
It appears to
without
be
audio
some
on,
sort
so
of giant worm creature.
any game
That thing
warnings
was
I'll have
not
to
one of the
notice
species in our expedition briefing.
without
Well,
any
it
sound
seems to
on.
live underground,
Everyone
so
here
it's
is
no
happy
surprise.
so far. Commute still
Surprised that our
sucks.
scanners didn't.
Huh. I
Think
guess
of that.
maybe this person is coming
should
from
I be
over
worried
here.
about that thing?
My scanners indicate that
Potentially.
it appears to move in a separate tunnel network.
Now
from the
we
one
need
you're
to. We have our battery, which means we can now actually build some defenses against the storm. Let's put that in the middle of the base, which covers
right now,
everything.
So I think you're safe. I'll keep an eye
Yeah,
out.
those worms are pretty
Should better
large.
bring it up just in case.
I appreciate that. I'll make this as quick as I can.
You see,
Alright, so
Warner,
we have people coming
this
in,
is why we don't
more people
go
coming
on
in there as
unauthorized
well.
Exploration
We
missions on
have
an
decent housing for them.
on an
Let's
alien
build a
planet.
second farm.
Especially
Oh, we
not
can't
without
quite yet.
proper
We need
clearance and
21
backup.
nanites.
I'm sure you're not
to
the
build
sort
a
of person who would
default.
engage in that kind of reckless
Or level
behavior.
1
But do make
greenhouse.
sure your colonists are aware of the danger of these sorts of spontaneous
go.
field trips.
So another quinoa. Oof, good one here. Good location. Now this is also the area right here. It's also the best location for water. So even though it's really good for food, you would in this level try to keep some of it available for water production as well.
I've been authorized.
Because once you build a base of potentially, thousands of colonists, you will want a high water production, so your people don't thirst and die. We've been there. We've done that. We don't want to do it again.
I'd like to recommend that you
2
increase the
outposts, so
amount.
more housing. We can do that for sure. Can we get close to this down here? We can. I'm just a little bit. No, we're fine. It's just we have a vent over here, and it can just about reach our base, so we need to be careful that we don't build too far this way, or people will die from the toxic gases. Let's get some nanites for a second outpost. Let's build that out here, and then some more tunnel, so people can actually walk to the outposts.
Your colony.
I have a special
Your
Good
colony
farm
can
and
benefit
some
from a
more
few
storage.
upgrades.
Storage is full, so that's a pretty good idea. These ones don't have to be attached to anything, because nobody works in these. So we can put it anywhere we want. Just gonna put it behind here. Perfect. Now upgrade a farm. That should also work for just upgrading a greenhouse. Let's see. Yes, it does. Perfect. Alright, even more quinoa production.
Okay, Jack, we have the medical facility.
Early on, I usually always grab the nanite. There are missions where
In place, and we're ready
you need to
begin
get
extraction.
food real quick, or
Jack, are you
need
there?
to get more
here, boy.
colonists real fast,
got
and then
Calandra.
obviously you might want to just accept more colonists instead of more nanite. Kind of depends on your nanite production and how many colonists you're short on. Build a trade hub,
Loaded in now. Vital signs are normal.
so we can get some of the things in the colony that we otherwise can't get. Because yeah, this isn't exactly fertile land, so we might need to
I can understand
import some
Calandra's curiosity, but
alternative
I'll have to
food
speak
at
with
some
her
point.
about unauthorized solo expeditions.
I'm glad it's somebody else that's getting into
Exchange gold and an actual storage
trouble
depot.
for a change.
Let's do the depot
But there's
first.
something else.
Again, these don't require workers, so we can place them anywhere we want. And usually I'll place them at the back of the colony,
What is it?
where we don't have to worry about
Signs of
how
a
happy
struggle.
people are, or
Signs?
if they're attached to a
What sort of
tunnel
signs?
like a normal
There were a
building
few puncture
should be.
marks on the suit. And it wasn't
Because
one
yeah,
of those
nobody's gonna
sandbags.
walk over here, so nobody's gonna mind. Let's just extend it immediately.
All right, given her status, I'm recommending immediate return
Going to
to the colony ship
need
for
a lot
an
of storage over time,
Process.
regardless.
Roger
We should
that.
also upgrade this
One more thing.
and this one.
Looks like Calandra found
Oh,
something
yeah,
down there.
food's
Some
fine.
kind of object.
Water's
She was
fine.
holding it in her
okay.
hand when we loaded her onto the medevac.
Now let's set
It's like a-
trade up and running if we have something to export. 120 gold. Do we have a gold deposit nearby?
Okay. Well, I'm sure it's just some
Let's
piece of
see.
equipment.
Resource. There we go.
I don't think so, Worry. It's not man-made, and none of us have been down.
Iron. Iron. Can we find some gold? There's no gold nearby, which means you can't quite do that trade because we can't get up to 400 right now. So we'll skip that for sure for now. 3 additional buildings. One thing you can never build too early are the scrubber drones, because they will save your colony if you get attacked by spores. So we definitely want to do that. Build it here, and then build a road up to it. Basically any workplace,
What I just heard was
housing and
not
workplaces, you want to make sure
Jack, knock it off.
they're connected
Stop
to
pulling my
tunnels.
leg.
You can
Worry, as
connect
much as I do
workplaces
enjoy
to other workplaces,
tomfoolery and
but
shenanigans, as you
that
so
will
well understand,
reduce
I can
the
assure you that
morale
this
of
is
your
not-
colonists, because they
Then
kind
I
of
admit that
hate
that's
going through
peculiar.
one job
All right, bring it
that they
back.
don't have just to
We'll
get to the
subject
job
it
that
to
they do
further
have.
analysis back
So
in
you want
the
to
colony
make
ship.
tunnels
Roger
between
that. Soaring out.
anything that requires people to make sure they are happy at all times. Should probably build another scrubber this area as well. Gonna put it down here, should be fine. But yeah, they're quite crucial for keeping your base or your colony operational. One more structure. What do we need? We have a lot of nanites. Let's just build a hospital. We're gonna need this sooner or later anyway. So now let's just be preemptive before we get plague spores in our colony. People keep coming in. How's our housing situation? So I'm playing on console. Hitting D-pad down gives you access to the information down at the bottom, so you can quickly see. It's basically the same as hovering over it with the cursor on the PC, so you can get the same information. So now we want to see our housing capacity, which is 41%, So we don't have to worry about housing right now. Jobs filled, 39%. Nobody's unemployed, which is quite important because unemployed people get bored and thus they get angry. The only way to really there are two ways of pleasing unemployed people. You either give them a job, or if you have a VR center, you add or you enable the free gaming policy that basically allows for unemployed people to just play VR at their home completely free. Which, I mean, who wouldn't love that, right?
Your colony could benefit
Let's
from
upgrade the power. It's always a good idea. Another one up here. Should probably worry about these. Let's build in this direction before something happens. Don't have to deal with toxic gas. Can't quite reach. So we'll build another construction drone hub.
Your colony could
Increase
benefit. I have a
production.
special.
Right, we'll do that in a sec. Now I just want to focus on this so we don't get surprised. We can afford the upgraded ones. Yeah, we can. There we go. Then hook them up to the base. Like that. Now we don't have any more gas over here. We have up here, but that's not going to reach our base, so we don't have to worry about that one. This again should also be fine. Just stop just shy of the base of the colony, so we should be fine as well. How's the water? Water is fine. Food is fine. Even though it does says we're losing food right now, but that's simply because the production is cut in half during winter. But our storage is totally fine, so we don't have to worry about that just yet. Capacity is at 50%. That's also fine. So upgrade this. Can never have too much power. Let's see. What do we want to build next? Immigration is fine. Let's build a research center. Let's save up for that. Because the research center gives access to a couple of things, including drone auto repair, which is definitely something we want as early as possible because it will save us a lot of headaches once we get shard storms and once we get just things in general attacking our base. Ooh, something is missing workers. That must be out here. So let's build some housing close to these jobs. Air filter is something they're gonna want, so we're gonna build that next. So now we should start seeing people move out here. Once looks like everyone is actually housed right now, so might take a sec for someone to occupy the building. There we go, 3 people. So now these are all operational. Perfect. Just set attractiveness down to normal. Let's see here. So we have a nanite production here. Do we have spare iron? We do not. So let's increase the iron mining so we start having spare iron. Basically want to increase the speed of our nanite production. Like you might have seen in previous streams, and other streams of course, is there are 2 ways of getting nanite. Nanite being this down here, that you use for building everything, for upgrading everything, for repairing everything. It's basically the currency of the game. There are 2 ways of getting that. You either mine iron or copper deposits, like this one, or you start growing in your greenhouses or farms calco spores that you can, with a chemical plant, turn into calco sludge, and then your nanite processors, like this one, as you can see at the bottom, can use calco sludge as well to produce nanites for you. So, and that is something you want to do for end game, as these deposits will run out eventually. They'll simply deplete, and then if you haven't prepared for it, you will be screwed. So yeah, definitely think long term, plan ahead with the calco sludge production. And we need our food income to go up, so that we need to build some more farms. There we go. Let's actually just keep making quinoa for now, because it helps hitting the 24 per hour more easily, and then once we've done the objective we can change something else. Hey Mr. Katz! Nice of you to join us. So yeah, today, Aven Colony on PS4, kind of showing off the console interface and building menu, which is quite handy. Let's see once the winter is over if our food production just doesn't skyrocket immediately. So someone's complaining about air quality. That's probably out here. Definitely out here. So let's fix that. So the happiness is already going down. I guess we kind of neglected the air quality for a while there. Just keep maxing this out because we're gonna need it anyway. We don't have any thing up here. I'm gonna build another air filter close to the farms as well. Especially as we build more and more of them, they're gonna, as you can see, everything is yellow instead of green like over there. So we need some filters to take care of that. Now that we've expanded, our lighting towers definitely no longer cover the entire base. So I'm gonna build that next to make sure we're not surprised in the next thunderstorm. Let's see, lightning storm. So you can see the big circle kind of doesn't quite grab or encompass the entire base. So we'll build one up here, and we'll place another one out here as well in our latest expansion area. There we go. This probably doesn't reach our scrubber drones. Probably don't reach. No, they don't. I'm gonna build that next to make sure everything is automatically scrubbed if we get infested. So any questions, guys? Anything you want to know about Aven Colony, whether it's the PC version or the console version, do ask away. If you're playing it and want some tips for certain things, do let me know. Like I mentioned, I have platinumed the game on PS4, so I have all the achievements, if you will, on that version of the game. So I've played it quite a bit and have overcome any challenge, at least any set forth by the trophy list. I haven't done the entire game on insane difficulty though, because that is difficult. But yeah, if you're looking for a challenge and you don't find that challenge playing the game on normal, which is the default difficulty, then do definitely increase the difficulty. Even jump into insane if you're, well, insane enough, and see if you can overcome that challenge, which is very different from playing it on normal. Let's see, we should build, because it just had to repair a building manually, which, I mean, manual labor. We're in the future, we don't want manual labor. Let's build, let's just put it down here. The research center allows for us to enable here, powers and policies, drone auto repair. This, if you're playing Aven Colony, will be your best friend. It saves you from a lot of micromanagement, and it saves you from spending a lot of nanite. Even though it does automatically burn nanite just by having it activated, it is considerably cheaper than manually repairing everything. And yeah, it just takes out the micromanagement of everything. Sorry to hear you're having issues, Mr. Cat, but nice to see you have a secondary PC. Backups to the rescue. Let's see, our people aren't overly happy right now. What can we do to change that? People up here are fine, but air quality still kinda sucks. Okay. Well, let's upgrade the air filter then. Do something about it. Doing quite well on our nanite production, even though it's only at +1 right now. Maybe not building as quickly as I normally would, because, you know, I'm talking to you guys. But we're getting along here. Moving along. Energy battery, just upgrade that. Because we're gonna need it for some boosts later on. Might as well start storing up the power. This intake fan. Now the intake fans are the cheapest way of filtering your air, but they are also weak to infection. So I'm gonna recycle this. People will probably be unhappy for a second because suddenly there's nothing filtering air here, but I'm gonna build one of these bad boys which will be even better. It's more expensive, but plague spores cannot get into this, which is good. So they're kind of, yeah, protect us against sickness. Alright, so I was gonna build another scrubber drone out here. Let's do that here. Because we're gonna eventually want to go this way and start getting some of the resources in this direction. Food production didn't quite hit 24, so let's keep upgrading that as well. And I'm just gonna start producing spores so that we can kind of get ahead of the inevitable nanite shortage if we don't. So let's see. I'm just gonna build one down here. Then we're gonna need a chemical plant here to kind of process the spores from this building, from this greenhouse, to kelko sludge. Now let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna put it up here. With that, we're probably gonna need more housing because all we have is an outpost. We don't actually have enough people long term to take all these jobs. Let's put that up here. And then let's put a second of the scrubber drone. We go up here as well. So we're kind of covered everywhere. No matter what attacks us right now, we should be okay. Now, the research center, I haven't actually started researching something, which is a massive oversight. So let's do kelko sludge first. I always do that first, just to, because if you forget and run out of resources, you're in a tough spot. So let's just get that research so we can get the chemical plant producing it now that we're actually growing it. We can really up the nanite production by starting kelko sludge production. So let's do that. Build a second one for the same thing. Storage is filling up. Let's upgrade that. Doing quite well so far. No major problems.
I have a
Winter
special
referendum.
assignment.
Well, let's see. Happiness 80%. That's something I can definitely live with. So far so good. No toxic gas just yet. Can't be long before that starts looming. Let's see. Let's just upgrade this. Oh, it's actually maxed. Well, storage is filling up rather quickly, so let's build a second one behind here. Yeah, we don't need to worry about tunnels for these, like I mentioned, because nobody works here. They're completely automated. Oof. I do love seeing drones just fly in, build something in seconds, and fly back out. One of the benefits of playing at 8 times speed. The food production is still not high enough. Now obviously when I build kelko spores, or grow them, the food production doesn't go up, so we're not actually doing anything about that, which we probably should. So let's build... I'll actually change one of these to growing some food instead. Simply because we need food right now. Let's see here, 70. Let's make some rice. We don't have any rice right now anyway, I think. There we go. Rice, where are we on rice? 110, so that's basically nothing. I don't think we ever actually made this do anything. Before we do that. If there's anything you want to get rid of, though. No. Want to hold on to our resources for now. It's gonna be more important later on, once we have more things available. Yeah, for now I'll just research everything. These are basically, a lot of this is either food or enhancers. And enhancers are really good for getting your morale up. So if you're on a mission or in general are struggling to win referendums, or you're on a mission where you need your morale to be at a certain point, then enhancers are a really good way of increasing the morale of your people. Basically, they have different trade-offs You can look at some of them here. Some of them simply just, like this one, increases your happiness by 1, which is, you know, it's not much, but it's a free thing, so to speak, once you have the production up and running. This one, for instance, increases happiness by up to 5, but reduces health. So if you want to start dispensing these at your enhancer dispensaries, you'll want to make sure you have decent healthcare available. Otherwise, you know, people get unhealthy, and then happiness drops anyway. And there are several versions of these. Some of them reduce crime, but you know, they will have pros and cons to all of them. So you kind of have to figure out what you want to live with and get something else in exchange. So higher crime, lower crime, higher health, lower health, that kind of thing. So let's see, what are our friends? Yeah, let's get some, speaking of crime, let's actually get some police. As you can see, it's starting to get red in this area. So that means there's a slight bit of crime, and I'm not a fan of crime, so let's do something about that as well. Just close this road here. Got some police. Do we have any crime out here? We don't. We're gonna... No, we're not gonna build it yet. Okay, food in production going up. Let's see if we hit 24. We don't quite. Do we have some potash? I do, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit. And use potash to increase the food production. And see if that's enough. There we go. There's enough. Perfect. That's all it takes. Sometimes it's just you just need a little something to bump you over. Now the requirement is met. How are we on housing? 55. So we're still totally fine on housing. 1% unemployment. So someone out there, just about one person, considering we have 115 people, just about one person doesn't really want to work. Wonder what he's doing. Maybe he's waiting for free VR. I mean, I might wait for free VR if you just sit there and wait for it, you know. 4 more buildings. Now our water looks... Oof, our water's not fine. Let's build another water pump. Build it over here. So it's not really going anywhere. We want it to go up during the summertime, if you will. If it goes down during the winter, that's fine, that's expected, but if it also goes down during the summer, you're gonna run into trouble sooner or later. See, air quality still 92, that's fine. Happiness 79, also fine. Let's look at the nanite production. Can we increase that? Well, we don't have any spare resources. As you can see, we're at 0 storage on everything, so the production is still too low for us to actually need more than the 1 nanite processor. It's a very easy way to see if you need to build more of these. If you have spare nanite resources, you know, you might want to build another processor to kind of keep up with the production. So to actually increase the resources we're getting, let's simply just upgrade the mines. The water pump too. So we have a mine here, like that. So now, as you can see, this building took damage and was auto-repaired. So, like I said, the auto-drone repair is definitely your best friend. So we have this one, can be upgraded again. Fine on power. I'm gonna upgrade this one up here one more time as well. It's just gonna deplete the mine faster, obviously, but we don't have to worry about that just now, because we are producing calcospores. Now this is research actually, so I should start making this, which once again I forgot about. As you can see, it's the same place. The chemical plant is the same place where you produce your enhancers. So if you have a production of various medicines, calco sludge and enhancers and food types and everything, you will want more than 1 chemical plant, but for now 1 is totally fine because all we're making is calco sludge for nanites. I'm actually going to upgrade it just so it goes faster. Basically, I want to get to a point where I need more than one nanite processor, just to up the overall speed of nanite production. Now, we actually haven't seen... I'm a bit worried. Usually I wait until I see toxic gas before I start expanding toward toxic gas, because, you know, if it hasn't happened in a while, odds are it happens just as you don't want it to, and I don't want it to happen while I'm building toward it, because I won't be equipped to deal with it. So I'm kind of waiting for the toxic gas to happen before I expand the base further into, well, toward one of those vents. Skyscraper, we can do that. Let's see here. The commute is fine, except down here. Let's just build a skyscraper down here then, I guess. Because people in this building aren't overly happy. Plus there are, you know, jobs available. So let's just build that down here. Pretty large housing. Holds quite a lot of people. We're nowhere near capacity, I think, so we should still be fine.
I have a special assignment.
Let's see, actually, 45%. Yeah, we're still very much fine. Oh, this is now even higher. 38%. So yeah. Let's see. We need to upgrade our storage. Oh, I built a level 3. We're filling up the storage quite quickly. Probably means, or it does definitely mean I have way too much food production. So let's actually make some more Kelko spores down here. So we can turn that into Kelko sludge and get some more nanite. How is it going here? Yeah, now we suddenly have 440 Kelko sludge, meaning this nanite processor can no longer keep up on its own. So we are going to build another one. Just going to do that in here. There's a little space for it. Perfect. Yeah, chocolate bars, I think everything in moderation, right? So if you just sit around like the one unemployed guy just sits around eating chocolate bars all day, you know, that might not be the best idea in the world. I mean, he's not going to realize if he just plays VR all day. So maybe that's his plan. We need some more storage. Yes, as long as the storage is full, that is why you notice the nanite production keeps going from 0 to +1 to higher and lower. Now it jumped up quite a bit, simply because we didn't have enough space in our storage depot to actually hold the resources needed for nanite and for the nanite itself. So now suddenly we can produce nanite quite a bit faster than we did, almost twice as fast.
Veronica, and
5 mining structures. Now we don't have anything close to us. So waiting. I mean, let's just, at this point, let's risk it. Let's just hope that we don't get toxic gas. If we do, we deal with it. Drone hub up here. So fingers crossed I don't get a nasty surprise while expanding the base. Oh, it's a bit too early. There we go. Now we can expand this way. I need to pick that up. Can I reach? I can. Perfect. So we can pick that up as long as the storage depot isn't full, which it luckily isn't right now because we just built another depot. So as soon as we pick that up, we can now build past it. So we're gonna... Ooh, no drones in range. Just short. Let's build another one up here. Which means now that we're so far from the base, we definitely need housing up here too. Just gonna put that up here. And with housing comes air quality. Eventually, once we start building everything up here, let's build. No workers. Typical. So do we have any people in here? Not yet. Can get someone. It's a remote area. next time, the next time we get some people in the base, in our immigration center, hopefully someone moves out here. There we go, 2 people. Perfect. I'm gonna put this here. As long as that's built before the toxic gases come out, then it doesn't actually, well, it doesn't actually come and doesn't actually do anything. So we're working on 5 mining structures. There's 2 of them there. We have a couple more, some potash, more iron, some sodium up here. So let's just keep building in that direction. Let's see here, right between the 2. That one's potash. Ooh, we can't quite reach. Now we're stretching ourselves very thin, which you have to be careful doing, or if you do, make sure you have a lot of nanite when doing it, so that you can sort of course correct immediately and build everything people might need. Because right now, all the buildings out here are completely, everything out here, completely unprotected. So we're gonna cover that over here,
But today's events have thrown a bit of a monkey
here,
wrench into work.
to make sure we don't get hit by lightning. And we're going to build scrubber drones to make sure we don't get infected.
So, I've
Another
spoken
one
with the commissioner, and we've
here.
agreed
Then
to put
we're
you
gonna
in
build
charge
mines.
of expeditions from this point forward.
Go. Might
Don't
need.
worry, I'll be with you every step of the way. And I'll give
Gonna
you
need some
advice
more
where I
people. I'm
can.
just gonna build another house out here.
I've uploaded the schematics
With
for
houses,
the expedition center to your
comes
colony
crime, so
governance
we'll
system.
build police drone here.
Once you build it, you'll be able to send an
Now,
expedition vessel
shouldn't be too
outside of the
build an expedition center. Yeah, we should be
colony to go
doing
explore.
quite. We should be doing decently. Let's actually confirm that. Yes, everyone out here is at least moderately happy. Bit of consumption, so we need to build some of these buildings, service-related buildings. What are people complaining about here? A little bit of crime, as expected. It did end up happening. Did I not build? No, I did not. So let's build a police station up here. Let's put it there. There we go. Storage is full. The overlay so we can see what I'm actually doing. Yeah. I mean, we're producing quite a lot of food and stuff. Is this not producing fast enough? It is not. We have 1,000 Kelko sludge now, so we need to up the nanite production even more. So let's do that. So we can get rid of some of the Kelko sludge in storage. Because, I mean, using up the nanite is not a problem. So, you can never really have too much nanite. Now, if we upgrade this, we can start making medicine. We can research medicines, and then we can start making it at the chemical plant afterwards. We just need to get 36 nanites before we can do anything. And now, of course, nanites are going really slow because the storage is full. And one thing you can do, if your storage is full and you're desperate for more water, more food, more nanites, for instance, you can make space in your storage. So if you open up the inventory and find something you have in abundance, like 15,000 quinoa, you can start destroying some of it. It might seem like a bad idea to destroy food, but we're not going to need anywhere near this much. So just destroy a lot of it, and we'll see the nanite production almost skyrocket in comparison. So we can build or upgrade our research center. Already done. There we go. So that's the way, in an emergency, if you're in a pinch, to free up some space. If you want, for instance, to collect things like these that require you to have space in the storage depot, you can delete something you have too much of and then pick this up. It might be if you need nanite, if you're in a pinch and need nanite desperately, you have to make space to pick up the nanite, the potash, and the bread in this to get the nanite. So, yeah, deleting stuff is necessary at times. I've done it multiple times before as well. Are we actually curious about this gold? Ooh, all the way out here. Yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna get to that. Quite far away. That is actually pretty close. I mean, I'm gonna be proactive here and protect ourselves against potential toxic gases. So it might reach us down here. Then we just simply turn them on fan mode, and then if we get toxic gases, they will block it. Make sure it doesn't keep going and kill our base or make everyone sick. Hey Slim, welcome to the stream. So yeah, to anyone that might have joined recently, if you weren't aware, this is Aven Colony this week, playing it on PS4, showing off the console interface, the fancy new building menu, and some sandworms. He's hiding. He didn't like the spotlight at all. Oof, here we go. Toxic gas. Now, does it reach the base? It kind of does. Just about. Let's actually build some fans to protect our colony down here. Because yeah, we have people living here, so they're not going to be happy at all. Fan mode. Quickly. There we go. Luckily, we don't have an air intake, but only an air filter. So if we had had an air intake, it would have sucked in all the toxic gas, and it would have been way worse. Let's see if anything actually happened here. No, people are... You see the smileys, they're no longer dark green, so not quite happy anymore. Might be completely unrelated. Ooh, another okay. See, happiness is generally fine, but could be better. People want air quality and less crime. So less crime. Let's get rid of the overlay here. We can do simply by upgrading the police. Now, the drones, just like the construction drones and the scrubber drones, the police drones have limited range. So just upgrading this one wouldn't solve the problem. You'd have to check the crime overlay and see if you have an area that's particularly red without having these little, policeman's shields on them, because this indicates that this is the area that's covered by this police drone. So this one down here is apparently not doing a very good job, because there's still a bit of crime. He's not really covering anything, so let's upgrade that for sure to make sure he does a better job going forward. Let's just max it out immediately. This one too. We're gonna need it anyway. I mean, we don't want crime. Is your video still buffering, Mr. Cat? Is it a recent problem, or has that always been happening? We'd of course prefer you to have a smooth experience. Let's see, we're actually running quite close on the power. Can we upgrade something? Don't think we can. No, everything is upgraded, so we might want to get hold of the sorium so we can build a sorium generator and get a lot of power that way. So let's actually just do that. Get out here. Yeah. Can this reach? No, not quite. There's another drone. Put that there. As always, we need a bit of protection from the forces. Yes, fast internet. Just like, free gaming, if, free VR, everyone needs fast internet. That is definitely something everyone should have. Especially if you want to stream. It certainly helps. Looks like our production is still a bit high with stuff. How's this looking? 2,000 calculus sludge. Our calculus sludge production is way too high. Or rather, it's not being used up fast enough. All of these are maxed. So, we need more. Can never have too many nanites, so let's just up the production a bit more. But after this, I think after these few, I mean, at some point you can't have too many nanites, obviously. You just keep producing them and don't build anything. That's quite annoying, Mr. Cat. Ooh, that was the wrong building. Nanite processor, here we go. Ooh, we have over 200. We should probably build a bunch of things. I mean, with so many nanites, housing's still fine, but kinda tempted to just for the hell of it, build a level 2 skyscraper, because they are cool. We'll put one down here. Let's just connect this if we can, all the way up. There we go. Build one more storage depot. Hopefully that's going to last us throughout the stream. Again, we don't have to attach it to tunnels because it doesn't need workers anyway.
I have a special
Expedition Center, we kind of forgot doing that, so let's see, 110 nanites, and 80 power. So let's actually, before we do that, start worrying about the sodium over here. Let's get a high level mine. Because once we have sodium, we get a lot of power. Let's do that. Probably need someone living out here as well. Well, we could probably get away with just an outpost. Because yeah, we don't have a lot of jobs out here. This one doesn't require anything. This one does. We basically have 3 buildings that require workers, so the 16 people that go in this eventually should be fine. Now, sodium incoming means we have potential power incoming, so let's actually build the sodium generator. And build it away. No, I'm gonna build it here. It's not too close. Basically, it produces a lot of horrible air, so we don't want it too close to everything, but also we want it close enough that people can actually commute here without complaining about it. The air quality is overall 85, so it's gone down. We also haven't added any air filters in a while. So yeah guys, we only have a couple of minutes left of the stream, so anything you want to know about Aven Colony, either on PC or console, ask away. Odds are I know the answer. If I don't, I'm sorry. But yeah, do ask away. Let's see what I can do. We're fine over here, but we only have a hospital in that end of the base. Actually, how's our power? That's okay, but I mean, we should be able to get more out of this. Let's upgrade that and get some more people working in it. Obviously, if it's full, at full capacity with people, it's also at full production capacity. So if you max it out with workers, it just creates more power for you. So you can see we just jumped 300 power. So now we can build anything we want, which we are going to do with an expedition center. I'm just gonna put that here as well. I mean, we have people living in this skyscraper right next to it, so we should be fine with workers. Nice one, Smith. Awesome. Thanks for the support, man. We really appreciate it. I hope you're loving the game. Having fun with it. Have you finished it yet, or you're playing Sandbox? Yeah, just building some tunnels here because, as we know, people prefer tunnels over walking through other buildings. So now that we have Expedition Center, this menu has now opened up, which allows for expeditions. Now there are a lot of these. Here we have some people that need rescuing, so let's just do that first, because they are in trouble all on their own in the middle of nowhere. Let's pick these guys up. And on the way back, we check out this distress signal.
You better get out there. Now
off we go. It's gonna take off here in a sec. There we go. It it is a bit complicated, Mr. Cat, when you start out, but the game does have 2 tutorial missions, and the first 2 missions, this being the second one, is kind of made to teach you the ropes. So the first 2 missions are not overly difficult at all. You kind of learn how the game works. You might, if something fails, you just trial and error. The missions aren't necessarily really long at the beginning. So yeah, if you mess something up, you just try again and you'll get better. And yeah, if you have any issues with the game at all, Mr. Cat, we're happy to help. Yes, the console controls are pretty spot on. I mean, this building menu is just perfect for it. So that is definitely one thing the console version has going for it. Nice one, Slim. Yeah, I mean, a mix of campaign and sandbox is definitely the way to go. The campaign having its own story with a twist and turn at certain points throughout, and yeah, it's definitely something people should experience. It's something that kind of makes Aven Colony different from similar games, is the actual engaging story with with some humor in there as well. Oh, nice one, Slim. Oof, 5,000. Well done. I've never had a colony that big, to be honest. I've put in a bunch of hours on PC. I played the entire game, every trophy, everything on PS4. But being a trophy hunter and a very, well, I'm addicted to trophies, if you will. So I did what I needed to for the trophies and moved on to the next mission post haste. So yeah, I never stuck around to build a colony quite that big. 5,000 though, that's very impressive. I mean, managing that is intense. We're currently looking at the plans for future content for Aven Colony, which goes for both PC and consoles. Nothing quite to confirm at this point. But yeah, stay tuned to Aven Colony on Twitter, and we'll have more to announce in the near future on that. Slim, actually, Ellie's no longer here. You're stuck with me as her replacement. So if you email community@team17.com, you'll get me and Jono, and we'll help you best we can. Yeah, just send an email to community@team17.com instead, and Jono and I will see it. So, 2 minutes left, guys. Anything you want to see other than the toxic gas over here? Anything you want to see me do real quick? Anything you want to know? Any pro tips? Anything at all about Aven Colony on PC or console? Cool, Slim. Looking forward to it. Ooh, let's see how effective our fan mode is. Let's see what happens here when the gas... So as you can see, it stops the gas in its track. Now, is it gonna reach... Ooh, it's very close. Yeah, we're gonna build one more. Just to prevent it from actually reaching the mine down here. The hospitals don't have a set range, so they will work anywhere. It's just obviously the further something is away, the longer it takes for them to do anything about it. So you want to make sure you have hospitals, here and there in the base. I mean, if having one here, I would probably build another one over here, and then another one on this side of the camp just to be safe, and then in the resource center, now that we've upgraded it, I'll make sure to we don't actually have, we should have that over here. Make sure to build nanomedicines and plague vaccines that your hospitals will be using to cure people faster. Well, one hospital. I mean, if you have an actual outbreak, one hospital will not be able to cover a base of hundreds and hundreds of people. It will not be fast enough. So you will want to make sure that you have hospitals everywhere. I mean, they're not that cheap. They're not that expensive. They provide quite a bit of workplaces for your people. So I would advise, yeah, do a couple of hospitals for sure.
I've got a new assignment for you outside.
Hey Rourke, nice you to join us last minute though, because we are now done. It is the end of the stream. So thank you very much everyone for joining for another look at Aven Colony, this time on PS4. Yeah, the sandworm keeps saying hi and then flees. This has been Aven Colony. I've been KA. You guys have been awesome. See you guys next week, same time, same place. Have fun. Bye.